So I was just talking to a client 15 minutes or so ago. We're looking at, should I file a Chapter 13? So Chapter 7, I refer to those often as the best get out of debt plans because it's a fresh start to get in and out. Most people I talk to have done some basic research and they say, I want to file a Chapter 7, but my income is too high. I don't think I can file Chapter 7. So what if you don't qualify for Chapter 7 because your income is too high? What does the analysis look like there? Does it mean you always should file Chapter 13? Not necessarily, because there's things to consider. And the main thing is, can I get a discharge, right? Can I get rid of debt in a Chapter 13? How much debt can I discharge in a Chapter 13? That's going to depend. How much debt do you have and how much income do you have? And so the analysis is looking at your expenses and looking at the amount of the debt. Do I think, as your attorney, that you can get a significant amount of that debt discharged? So Chapter 13 is a repayment plan. If you don't qualify for a 7, you file a 13 and you repay your monthly disposable income for 5 years to creditors, okay, in a monthly payment plan. And that amount is not determined through some negotiation process with the creditors. That amount is determined by the monthly disposable income formula that is looked at with your last 6 months' pay, household size, and certain expenses that are not figured out for you in a predetermined formula. And most of those being, child care, child support, out-of-pocket medical care, the actual amount of your mortgage payment, the actual amount of your car payment. And so there's multiple sort of below the line deductions that you can take in a Chapter 13 disposable income formula. And my job, I tell people, is to preserve the household dollar, okay? And discharge as much debt as possible under the confines of the law. So we're gonna go over each of the things that I think will contribute to you paying the unsecured creditors less. What deductions can I take in this formula, right? What kinds of, maybe you're not on a good insurance plan because you can't afford it. And so maybe you're not contributing to a retirement plan because you can't afford it. Maybe you're not even getting life insurance because you can't afford it. But then you go into a Chapter 13 without all of these things, and guess what? That's more money for the unsecured creditors. So, these are just things that you want to talk to an attorney about early on, maybe even while you're still current with the minimum payments on the creditors. You want to talk to an attorney early on and say, oh, wait a second here. I'm trying to stay current with the creditors making the minimum payments, but my family doesn't have health insurance, right? So why don't I just stop paying the minimum payments with the credit cards and actually get some good health insurance, take a look at whether or not I can contribute to a retirement plan, and then we can talk about going into a Chapter 13 reorganization plan with your monthly disposable income after you've paid all of your allowed expenses in the formula. So Chapter 13 repayment plans are not all bad, but you want to talk to an attorney that's going to talk to you about the details of this formula, what can be deducted, what can't.